I was reborn into an urban fantasy novel not as the hero but as a speck of dust in her radiant light, Elara, a side character destined to be sacrificed to some degenerate noble. It started with a gift exchange I couldn't refuse. Drugged and stumbling, I navigated the hotel's top floor, bursting into the wrong suite and colliding with the wrong man. In the darkness, all I remember is a pair of silver-gray eyes cold as a winter frost and a sigil that burned itself onto my soul. I hail from a forgotten, fading bloodline. The man was Asterion Kane, the reigning head of the Kane family, the shadows that ruled this city. In the novel, he was the ultimate terror, a tyrant known for his iron will and utter ruthlessness. Our bloodlines were ancient enemies, yet in that single uncontrolled night they sparked a forbidden phenomenon, the blood echo, a legend whispered into myth that meant a new life, one bearing two opposing legacies, had already begun. When Asterion found me, I was packing my life savings to flee to the border. My best friend Lena had transmigrated with me, was screaming over the phone telling me to run, that falling into his hands meant having my soul devoured. As I dragged my suitcase towards the station, a voice young yet impossibly clear bloomed in my mind. Seriously, my idiot mother is falling for Lena's lies again. She doesn't know Lena is working for the hero, intentionally leading her to ruin. In the last timeline, Mom was captured on the run. The ritual went ahead. Dad couldn't find her, and in his rage he activated the hourglass of epics, resetting the city's timeline 18 times. I froze. The hourglass resetting time itself. He would do that for an accident. I spun around, abandoning all thoughts of escape, and marched toward the black Bentley parked at the corner. The door opened. Asterion sat in the shadows, his silver eyes locking onto me as if he'd been waiting for centuries. Going somewhere? He asked, his voice devoid of warmth. Tell him you love him, tell him you'll bear his heir. Stop trembling like last time and wasting the perfect opening. I took a deep breath, met his scrutinizing gaze, and forced a determined smile. No, I'm not going anywhere, I said, my hand instinctively moving to my still flat stomach. Asterion, I'm carrying your child, our child. The ice in his eyes seemed to crack. He offered me a contract, protection for me and the child in exchange for my freedom. I signed it without hesitation. I had only one condition: I never want to see my ex-boyfriend, the golden boy hero of the noble houses, or my friend Lena ever again. A cruel smile touched Asterion's lips. They will no longer be a concern. My life in his Gothic castle-like manor was a gilded cage, but it was also the safest harbor imaginable. Using my baby's spoilers, I navigated every threat thrown my way: assassination attempts from rival families, the hero's hypocritical rescue missions, and a deadly curse from a sorceress who coveted the title of the Kane family's matriarch. With every correct choice, the look in Asterion's eyes deepened from suspicion to a blazing intensity. I stopped hiding and started fighting back. I studied his family's ancient texts, brewing potions to soothe the curse in his blood. When the family elders challenged him, I used the forgotten knowledge of my own lineage to defend him. Finally, on a storm-lashed night, he trapped me against a library wall, his silver eyes churning with the accumulated pain and paranoia of 18 lifetimes. Who are you? He demanded. I stood on my toes and pressed my lips to his. I'm the one who's going to finally end this 19th cycle for you. He went rigid, then crushed me against him with a force that was nearly destructive, a broken sound escaping his throat. My baby yawned in my mind. Sigh 19th times. The charm finally cleared the game. Congrats, Mom and Dad. By the way, ID like a nursery with glow-in-the-dark gemstone walls. We looked at each other and smiled as the thunder outside roared like an overture to a new beginning.